Okay, folks, now this is really just a quick lecture to show you very quickly all the components of a typical spreadsheet in Microsoft Excel. Everything in the subsequent lectures will touch on pretty much everything you need to actually pick up the basics in Microsoft Excel. But I'm just doing this lecture to show you a quick overview of everything. So, a typical spreadsheet window is like this. Now, the title of your workbook will always be at the top here in the center. To the left, we have what's called a quick access toolbar. And this basically has little shortcuts which you can do. And in essence, you can customize this so that your favorite shortcuts, for example, to save a document or to create a new document or even open one, for example, you can keep here. Then this part here at the top is what's known as Excel's ribbon. Now the ribbon is divided into different categories. We will be looking at each of these categories, but in essence, this is what you go to actually enable certain parts of Excel's functionality. For example, if you were typing a sentence and you wanted to make it bold, you would click here and then type your sentence. Okay, now this bit here is basically the formula bar, and this is where you can edit formulas that are already typed in. You can type in new formulas or anything basically into a cell. This bit here basically shows you what cell has been selected, in this case G10. And in instances where you select more than one cell, it will show you the first cell you selected, in other words G8. This bit here basically enables you to call up a function dialog box, which is an easier way of actually writing functions because Excel basically provides you with all the parameters and the boxes to fill those parameters in. So it's just a tad bit easier to do. Now we'll be covering functions and formulas in subsequent sections in this course. Now, our spreadsheet is basically here. So this is where you'll type in your data, manipulate, edit, and do all sorts of really good things. Now, just to quickly overview this bit, the rows are basically by numbers and the columns are by letters. And as we've touched on just a bit before, when you reference a particular selection, you start off by the letter and then the number. And also, if you noticed, it gets highlighted when you make the selection. So it's almost like whatever you reference is the intersection of these two bits. Now, a spreadsheet typically can have more than one sheet. So the sheet tabs are here, sheet 1, 2, and 3. This button here basically adds a new sheet. We've got our scroll bars here. And then we've got what's called a status bar here. Now this status bar basically can show you really handy information. And we do have a lecture which covers that. Okay, so that was just a quick anatomy lecture of how a typical Excel spreadsheet looks like. And we've just quickly overviewed the different components that make up Microsoft Excel. The next couple of lectures will basically go into all this in more detail, but this is just an overview, just to make you slightly more familiar before you start. Okay, I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you.